Coming up.
As you can see, they don't look too bad there at night. Can't really tell.
As you've seen, we've outlined the roof, we've outlined the ridges, we've also talked about some principles to cut those lights to length perfectly. Today, we're going to be applying those principles even more, only this time to doors and windows. Framing doors and windows, in my opinion, is a really great way to set your display that much further apart. The lights are clipped neatly and they match what's up top. I'm going to show you a nice clean way to do that using some magnet tracks that I will leave linked down in the description below.
Okay, so just to give you an idea, this is pretty much how it works. Now, granted, these are white and my fascia is tan. They should have sent me tan ones, but it's really my fault because when I made the blueprint for these a couple years ago, I sent them a black and white picture of the house, and I guess they thought my fascia was like gray or white, so that's what they sent me. But as you can see right here, they come in different colors. Now, I don't know what their new packaging looks like because these are a couple years old, but look, you get black, white, tan, or gray. So whatever fascia color you have, they have it to meet the color and specs of that fascia. I just happen to get the white ones because, well, I can be a little dumb sometimes, but that's okay. I do it for you guys, I really do. So, there's a certain way to assemble it. You know, I'm over here messing with it, and I actually broke a couple of them. Don't do what I do, okay? But look at this. There's an A piece and a B piece. The A piece has one magnet, and the B piece has two. So I'm over here connecting these like, hey, this spacing isn't right? But it turns out in order to get the 12-inch spacing, which Bright Ideas carries, you actually got to connect A, B, A, B, A, B all the way down the line. Otherwise, your spacing's going to be jacked up. So very important. One tip I would recommend is definitely marking these ahead of time so you don't get confused, because I know I did. Even though I was right, I was kind of second guessing myself with this, but you definitely want to mark these to make sure you're correct. Otherwise, you might jack up your spacing and then you got to pull them off, and then if you're doing the 3M, that's going to be pretty much, you can't use it again. So yeah, just something to be mindful and careful with. In the interest of being thorough, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. This is what the magnet tracks look like. These stick to your doorways, your windows, whatever you want, and you have the ability to either 3M tape them or you can screw them into the fascia. Up to you, but these fit on pretty much any surface, and if that surface is metal and magnetic, bonus, you don't have to use either, but just for safety so that nothing falls, I like to do one or the other of these anyway in conjunction with the magnets. So these will fit on pretty much any surface. They'll fit on your bricks, they'll fit on your fascia, they'll fit around your front door, they'll go on wood, whatever you want, whether you screw them in or use the 3M tape. Now, for purposes of this video today, because I don't have permission to drill into this house, I am going to be using the 3M. So it's not that hard. You peel these off, you stick them on the wall, and you just hold them for like, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds until they're on there. In my case, I didn't even hold them that long, and they're still sticking after about a month. So that really says a lot about the integrity of how these work. So once we've got that down, now it's time to talk about how we're actually going to mount them. Now, it took a little bit for me to understand this. It actually confused me a little bit, but I figured it out on the fly. You have essentially two pieces that come in a package. You get 17 pieces, you get an A piece and a B piece. So right away, what's different about these are the amount of magnets. So the magnet is where the bulb is going to go. Now, as we've talked about in the last video where I was outlining my ridge lines, the stuff I'm really showing you guys this year is really meant to be done with commercial custom cut lights that are 12 inches apart in spacing. And that's what we're doing, right? So we got our A piece here and our B piece here. It's very important that you get the pattern right, otherwise it's going to lead to spacing issues that don't align with the specified lights, which is 12 inches in spacing. Whether you're using the C9 LEDs or the C9 incandescents, they have to be put together this way, otherwise it's just not going to work. So you have your A piece, I think you get about 9 of these, and then you get your B piece, which is about 8 of these. So you get 17 in a package. So the way it goes, you got these tabs on the end, on one end, and then on the other you got a hole for that specific tab. So the way it would go is you take your A pieces and your B pieces and you're just going to stick them together like this, okay? So A, B. Now this isn't how you would do it. You would obviously be putting them together as you're putting them up there, but it would go A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, all the way down. And you need to make sure you don't screw that up, otherwise you're going to mess up the spacing and it's not going to work. So it's going to be A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B. It's actually a good idea to take a Sharpie before you put these up and label them somewhere where it won't be seen as you're putting up so you don't get confused while you're sticking them. And once you get them on there, it's time to clip the lights and attach them to the magnet tracks. It's a good idea to do this part inside. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm actually putting these clips on. These are the magnets that stick to the tracks. So one tip I can give you is these clips, they get pretty brittle when it's really cold outside. Like us, it's below 30. And one thing I noticed when I was doing this in the garage, they were breaking left and right. But after bringing them in here and doing them in the warmth of the house, where, you know, things can soften up and, you know, just move a little more freely, I noticed that the plastic won't be as brittle in warmer temperatures. So it's a good idea to put these clips on ahead of time in the warmth of your house for that, and really just to keep your hands warm, because, you know, that's important. So that's what we're doing. So they go on like this. Just clip them here. I think you could simply turn them, but I don't trust that. I always think they'll break on me, so I like to just push them in like that on that side, and in like that on that side, and boom. There you go. Just do that all the way down. Move on to the next. Grab another clip. And repeat. Like that. So from here, all you're really doing is sticking the Christmas lights on with the magnet clips we put on onto the tracks that we already stuck to the areas. So it's pretty much set it and forget it. Just put the lights on there, good to go. Now, one of the cool things I'd like to mention is, while it is a process to put these on the areas that you want to frame with lights, the cool thing is you only have to do it one time. And then once you do it, year after year, it's pretty much grab and go, stick the Christmas lights to the magnets, and you are done. Especially with the cutting process that we talked about in the last video as well. You only have to cut the lights to length one time, label them, and then when you come up again to put them out next year, it's pretty much grab and go where they're supposed to go, and you're done. It's that easy. And it looks really good with minimal effort in the following years. The lights are going to be coming on soon, so I'll probably come back out here later when it's dark. But when I did the garage, I told you I did them in white earlier. So, not my favorite, but it's okay, you know. It's whatever at this point. These are the tan ones I ordered. You can see they look really, really nice. Now, granted, they're a little darker, but I think you can paint them to match too if you really wanted to, because the idea is they're on there full time, right? And then when you come out once a year to put up your Christmas lights, Halloween lights, whatever you're doing, you could stick them right back on, and that's what's nice. Just set it and forget it. That's the beauty of it. You can see, demonstrating what we did in the last video. There's our female, there's our male. They're cut to length. Here's how they look around the window. I really think the tan ones look a lot better over here because they blend in with the brick that I have that's tan. So yeah, it just goes to show that's what is cool about these, is you can get different colors based on what color your fascia, brick, and wood are. So that is kind of nice. All right, here we are at night. As you can see, everything is looking really good. Here's the garage door that I told you about earlier, where we use the white clips. As you can see, they don't look too bad there at night. Can't really tell. Actually looks all right. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so what is my review on these magnet tracks? I will definitely say right now they are worth the purchase. Unless you're dealing with arches or something like that, if you're dealing with square doorways and windows, these are perfect. You can either screw them in, use 3M tape, and these, by the way, have been 3M to the wall for well over a month here on the garage, and as you can see, they held up, especially with all the cool weather and stuff we've been having. Rain, snow, you name it. Hasn't even came off, so I'm pretty happy with those. And the C9s there, these are, again, I got these from my local supplier, but these are cool white C9s, same as what I have up top. You can see they're clipped in there with the magnet clips. They look really nice, and like I said, when it's time to take them down, just take them off, and then when I put them back up next year, just dunk, 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 stick them to the magnets. Done. Here's the front door. This looks really nice. I like how this turned out. I don't know, there's just something about it. It's like a subtle touch, but it looks really, really good. Really complements my current display very well. And then we got over here this window that looks good. And again, just practicing those same cord cutting techniques we talked about on the roof a couple videos ago. It's just really nice. You can put lights anywhere and these cords are almost invisible. You can barely tell. Well, now you can tell because I said something about it, but if I didn't say anything about it, you probably wouldn't even know. So that's the cool part. These turned out nice. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. So there you go, guys. Christmas lighting around your door and windows. It's a great way to complement the basic outlines we got going on up top, and just a great way to add an upper edge against most of your competition, because I guarantee you 99% of them aren't doing this. So what a way to stand out. Beautiful.